Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wishing you all very nice day. Hi dear students, I am Nisamuddin from Kaligaon. I am first time with you, 5th B standard students of Najat English Medium School. I am very happy to be with you as part of my B.Ed internship. Now I am with you. So I am very happy to share with you something. Inshallah, I'll be dealing your English. From the 7th chapter, we are going to discuss. So I hope you all are fine and healthy and happy during this pandemic. You all are enjoying your online learning. Okay. Inshallah, today we are moving to discuss the 7th chapter, that is the selfish giant. I don't know whether you completed all the lessons before this, means 5 and 6 chapters. Whatever may be, I have been assigned this 7th chapter, so today we are moving to this lesson. Before starting the lesson, I would like to ask you some questions. Did you ever visited any gardens? There are so many beautiful gardens nearby or around us, in our village, in our district, in our state, in our country, and in the world. There are so many beautiful gardens. Whether you visited these gardens or not. And one more question. Do you know what is giants? Do you ever heard this word giant? Do you familiar with this? Any giants anywhere? Okay, leave it. Today we are going to discuss a beautiful story of a giant and some school children like you. Before starting the lesson, I would like to read out the chapter for you. The Selfish Giant. Now I am reading the first two paragraphs. This story is about a giant who did not share his lovely garden with the children in neighborhood. Every afternoon, as the children returned from school, they would go and play in Giant's garden. The giant had gone away for a few months to visit his friend. Hence the children played in the garden without any fear. It was a large and lovely garden with soft green grass. Here and there on the grass, beautiful flowers shone like stars. There were 12 peach trees with blossoms of pink and pearl during springtime, which became rich fruits in the autumn. The birds sat on the trees and sang so sweetly that the children used to stop their games just to listen to them. Dear students, this is the story of a giant, as we see in this picture, who did not share his lovely garden with the children in the neighborhood. He had a very beautiful garden. He was not ready to share his garden with the children, with his neighboring children. These children, they were very much eager to play in this garden, but he was not ready to share with them. Every afternoon, as the children returned from school, they would go and play in a giant's garden. The children, after they came back from their schools, they were going to this garden. The giant had gone away for a few months to visit his friend. Once giant went to visit his friend. Hence the children played in the garden without any fear. As the giant was not present there, children was playing in the garden without any fear. It was a large and lovely garden with soft green grass. Here and there on the grass, beautiful flowers shone like stars. There were 12 peach trees with blossoms of pink and pearl during springtime, which became rich fruits in autumn. The birds sat on the trees and sang so sweetly that the children used to stop their games just to listen to them. As the birds sitting in the beech trees and they were singing very beautiful songs, even the children were stopped their games to listen to these beautiful songs of these birds. One day the giant came back. When he arrived, he saw the children playing in the garden. "What are you doing here?" he cried in a very gruff voice, and the children ran away. "My garden is my own," he said, "and I won't allow anybody to play in it but myself." So he built a high wall around it and put up a notice board: "Trespassers will be prosecuted." He was a very selfish giant. After visiting his friend, the giant came back. When he arrived, he saw the children playing in his garden. He very loudly he cried and shouted, "What are you doing here?" He cried and shouted in a very gruff voice. Gruff means, you can see the meaning in the backside. Gruff means rough. Very rough manner he shouted towards the children. Then the children ran away from the garden, and the giant again told, "My garden is my own," he said, "and I won't allow. I'm not ready to allow anybody to play in it. It is my own. It is myself." So that he was building a very high wall around it and put up a notice board: "Trespassers will be prosecuted." Because he was a very selfish giant. He was not ready to cooperate with any others. The poor children now had nowhere to play. They tried to play on the road, but the road was very dusty and full of hard stones, and they did not like it. Without having the garden, the children were very sad and desperate because of the decision by that giant. They were trying to play on the road, but the road was very dusty and full of hard stones. It was very difficult for them to play on that road with the hard stones. They used to wander around high wall when their lessons were over and talk about the beautiful garden inside. How happy we were there, they would say to each other. Now I hope you all understood well. If you have any doubts and queries, you can ask me without any hesitation. You may please feel free to ask me doubts and clear your any doubts in my WhatsApp number. I'll be sharing with you in your group. Okay, thank you very much.